Hey everyone. Now, to state the bleeding obvious, we want our continuous improvement to be continuous. We want it to happen each day, every day, and we want everyone every day involved and engaged in this process. Now, all too often it can be a little ad hoc, and generally it's because we don't necessarily have a framework. And that framework that I'm talking about is a tiered structure, particularly, pivoted or hinged around your daily management system, which is critical. So we're saying, we've got frontline, which is operational. We've got a tier 1, which is functional. Tier 2 is a tactical, and tier 3 is a strategic layer. And all of those layers function independently, but cohesively and harmoniously together. Now, the operational, well, we start, thinking about our lean tools. So at an operational, which is present, it's now, we're focused on short cycle control. We're focused on the andon as an alert for process deviation. So it's controlling and managing our process. The short term at a tier 1, well, that's around our visual boards and visualizing what's going on. That's going to be a longer term, probably daily view with a mix of lead and lag indicators. At a tier 2 level, it's again a medium term view. So we're looking at more of a daily, weekly view. Again, that's going to revolve around visual boards, but we're starting to bring in tools like the A3 and root cause analysis. So we're starting to look at our major deviations and our chronic and our reoccurring issues, and also those opportunities, because that's going to be, the central hub where we're cascading down our improvement or our strategic improvement activity through project management. Then at a tier 3, again, it's a long-term view through our Hoshin or strategic deployment. That's always going to be typically in a manufacturing environment around P, S, Q, C, D, E, people, safety, quality, cost, delivery environment, with those longer term objectives cascaded down into those short-term hourly, daily views. Now, what we want to do again, and you see that structure, is that we want to certainly push or delegate down responsibility and ownership down to the lowest level of the organization. So we want our people in the front line engaged, we want them to have a voice, and we want them to have permission and to be empowered to make decisions and take action around improvement. The tier 1 then becomes a conduit from Gemba to frontline leadership. So again, those daily visual boards, we want all of these things to be conversation starters, again, to get people involved and engaged, to have that voice, to have leaders listening and there to support. We want clarity, again, of purpose, clarity of objectives each day. So flowing up to tier 1, again, that's a support mechanism. So tier 1, it's functional, then it's going to flow up to that often site level view where we have functional leaders meeting each day, again bringing those peers together, breaking down the silos and looking at things from that longer term view. How we're going to deal with that too is that the things flowing up from the day to day, they're often it's an FYI of communication. Again, we've got the good quality flow of communication. That's the right communication in the right place at the right time. Again, that's escalation, but it's also feedback. But at that tier 2 level, again, bringing functions together to have shared objectives, to make decisions, to allocate resources, again, to rally around shared objectives. At a tier 3 strategic level, again, longer term view. So how are we breaking down, cascading and tying those long-term views, again, across each business pillar down to the day-to-day? How are we deploying those? Where and how are we focused? So our daily management systems sort of here, this is the stuff that's going on day-to-day, shift to shift. Up here at a strategic level, it's more weekly or fortnightly. Perhaps that's the right cadence. But again, if we have that sort of a structure, that's going to work really well for us. It's very simple. Again, you can sort of start anywhere within that structure, and you can refine and own that structure, make that structure work in your way. Again, it's not very prescriptive, but the structure, is in itself. So that's all. A lot more to that conversation, but that's really what your improvement framework looks like. Thanks for your time.